Okay, and we're back. Thank you for sticking with us, chat. Hopefully I am not echoey. We were just talking about the booze. Nick had a great presentation. Sam Smith's not Brownell. Very good. Anyone else want their thoughts on this?
Well, it's also a product of England, Yorkshire's oldest brewery. So, ties in the whole James Bond theme. But, yeah, it's nice, smooth. I like it. I get down with this.
I can get down with this. But that's fantastic. Kev, can you get down with it?
I can get down with Sam Smith's nuts. Anyway, it's very smooth. It has almost like a kind of like a, I don't want to say sweet aftertaste to it, but there's something there that kind of lingers a little bit also. So it's pretty good. I'm enjoying it. I'd probably go in the 3.5 to 4 range somewhere also. So pretty good.
I gave it a 3.5% on the.
Go.
Oh, excuse me, not percent. 3.5 on the app, as you can see.
2 snaps and a twist.
Hated it, but excuse me. So yeah, so it's not bad. The chat says we should have got the Macallan, 50-year-old Macallan. We looked that up. I would love to get that. It was what did I send a picture out?
It's like 160.
160,000, I think it was. 3,000? No, I found a picture. Just Google it real quick, and it came up as like 160,000.
Maybe it's the bottle of Macallan from this movie.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, because Nick said I would probably get a divorce real quick. And if I bought that, I wouldn't be divorced. I'd be just dead. That's all. Plain and simple. I'd just be dead. So anyway, moving on. So as you can see on the boost cam, this is where we have. I like Shiner Cheers. I threw it in for later. I'm probably gonna have, and we got some guests on there. These are my children's Elf on the Shelf will be coming out tonight. We got Elfie with the this one right here. Let me move my hand so I can see what's going on. This one right here. That one with the pearl necklace. Is Elfie. The other one with this little thing going on is going to be my other daughter's. She has to name her tomorrow and how the whole entire tradition begins. Welcome, my booze elf friends. So I don't know which one does more blow for the elves there, Jay Weezy. We'll find out one day. Okay, now a little background on the movie. So Skyfall is a 2012 spy film and the 23rd in the James Bond series produced by Eon Productions. The film is the third to star Daniel Craig as the fictional MI6 agent James Bond and features Javier Bardem as Raul Silva, the villain, and Judith Dench as M. It was directed by Sam Mendes and written by Neil Perez, Robert Wade, and John Logan. And features a theme song, Skyfall, written and performed by Adele. Oh, she's so hot now. So it was theatrically distributed by...
She was hot back then.
She was. Well, I'm saying like her music. Now she lost like a ton of fucking weight. She looks very attractive. It was theatrically distributed by Sony Pictures releasing. The story centers on Bond investigating an attack on MI6 that leads to a wider plot by former agent Raul Silva to discredit and kill M as revenge for abandoning him. It sees the return of 2 recurring characters after an absence of 2 films. Q, played by Ben Whishaw, and Miss Moneypenny, played by Naomi Harris. Skyfall premiered at the Royal Albert Hall, London, on 23 October 2012 and was released in UK on the 26th of October, North America on November 9th. It was the first James Bond film to be screened in IMAX venues, although it was not filmed with IMAX cameras. The release coincided with the 50th anniversary of the series, which began with Dr. No in 62. Skyfall won several accolades, including 2 Academy Awards, 2 BAFTA Awards, and 2 Grammy Awards. It received highly positive reviews from critics and was the 14th film to gross over $1 billion worldwide, and the only James Bond film to do so. It became the 7th highest grossing film of all time. The highest grossing film in the UK, the highest grossing film in the series, the highest grossing film worldwide for both Sony Pictures and MGM. Motherfucker. And the second highest grossing film of 2012. Goddamn Instagram pop up in the background. Okay, so there was that mouthful of a little bit of background. So now onto the review scores. Rotten Tomatoes, 92% on the tomato meter, 86% audience score. IMDb gave it a 7.8 out of 10. Metacritic, the meta score of 81 out of 100 and the user score of 7.7 out of 10. Those are the reviews from audiences and critics all around. Let's go to our reviews. Kev, you may go first.
Okay. It was interesting watching this after watching Goldfinger, then GoldenEye, and then this, just seeing immediately how well the production values have gone up for movies after a while. even just subtle shots like the one for the background shot right now is probably being filmed by a drone or something in Shanghai.
Yeah.
You just tell how much better everything is. Thinking back to the Goldfinger, where they're doing that pan shot from the hotel, where who knows what's actually going on. It's bobbing up and down. But besides that, for the actual movie itself, it's enjoyable. I would give this one probably like a 9, a solid 9. I wouldn't go too much lower or higher than that. It's probably, we've talked about this off microphone, that I like Casino Royale for the Daniel Craig ones a little bit better, but I can definitely see why this one is probably, I think, the most critically acclaimed one. There's a lot that's really good about this film. The performances, I think, are a lot more focused in this, not just for Bond and Bardem, but I think for M and other characters as well. You get a lot more from all of them, so it's definitely a more interesting and involved film than a lot of the previous ones, which were more action-based, I guess, even though there's a lot of action here, too. But yeah, I like this. It's one of my favorite Bond films. I would say, yeah, I'll just give it a solid 9.
Solid 9. Very good. Nick, solid 9 for you. 9.1, 8.7, 6.2. What do you think? Repeating?
So, this one made me realize just how I'm not a fan of the Bond movies, because I just didn't have this as highly rated as everybody else.
So 6.2.
It's not that low. I would put it at about 7 for me. There was a lot of good scenes in it. It told a good story, but it's just some of the stuff is just so outlandish, and it just turns me off. And I don't know. I mean, I don't know. It's just not for me.
Okay, so you're telling me just because there was not a name like Pussy Galore or On a Top is the reason why? If they had like I don't know,
might have something to do with it.
Tits McGee, you might be like, wow, this Bond film is pretty much going to give it a 7.5.
Yeah, I would boost it up. I would give a 0.5%. Sure.
At least you would have chuckled at least once through the movie. Put you in better spirits.
I see. And let's move on to Brian. Brian.
That hurts. That's a kick to the nuts. For me, like I said, this is my favorite Bond movie of all time, Skyfall. I think Daniel Craig is amazing as James Bond. I kind of fully agree with what Kev was saying, how the movie's is more like character driven, and you see better performances from all the characters. Like, I think this is the most you've ever seen M in a movie, and I think she was very critical to this movie on, just the way her demeanor was throughout the whole movie. I'm not, quitting till the job's done sort of deal. James Bond, you never seen him in this sort of position where he's just vulnerable throughout the whole movie. It's like, I think he's even self-doubting himself, like, can he still do this job? So you've never seen that from a Bond before. Like, he's always that confident guy, and he could always just go out and do whatever, outlandish thing, as Nick would say. Like, don't get me wrong, this is what 60 years of Bond has been. It's been outlandish, but it's what it's built on, so you kind of just go with it. And then Silva, I think he was just fantastic as a villain, and one of the probably the best Bond villain, I think, of all time. So his performance is just incredible. And then when you see the scenes between him and Bond, I think it just puts it over the top. So for me, this movie would be solid 9.5 on my scale. So I will leave it at that.
Are you sure?
Yep.
Okay. I see you pitching a 10 over there over this movie. Fantastic. What was the other one that you thought that was great that you couldn't... the John Wick. So, John Wick or Skyfall? Which gives you a bigger boner? All right.
John Wick.
You're in the John Wick. For me, I love this movie, but I have to agree with Kev. I don't know which one was better for me, Casino Royale or this one, but such a great movie. But and I had to say, I was talking to Brian and Kev before we came on. He said, always we have to start something new, have the movie on in the background as we're watching this and talking. As we're talking about it, reviewing it, we're watching it still going on, so we may get distracted. And I was telling him, this movie scared the shit out of me in the first, literally 30 seconds. As they're opening up the credit, you get the, MGM or Sony Pictures, and then also you see a shadow, and dun, dun! And it I had it
It's
loud.
funny. Yeah, we talked about like how all the Bond movies just start like you're right into the action, and this
Yeah.
one there's not even like anything at the start, just jumps right in with the guy in the hotel room
Yeah.
basically.
Yeah, so he's in the
The loud
hallway. It's
cut.
very dark, and it scared the shit out of me. I'm like, what the fuck is that? I was not expecting that one at all. So I literally did jump out of my seat for that, like I was in a slasher movie. Actually, I forgot all about it. So other than that, yeah, that's what I got. Like the movie, very good. And let's move on. So favorite scenes, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen. Who wants to start off with this one? Nick, you probably got like one or two since you thought, so much.
I actually have three. So the first one that I've got was the meeting where Bond meets the new Q for the first time in that art museum.
Yes.
I thought that was a really good one, and it was good. It's that ageless debate of youth and energy and speed, and I guess being brash, and then the older, the age, the wisdom that comes with you've slowed down a little bit. But
Rookie versus a veteran.
Right.
Technology versus just actually physically being out.
Right,
there.
exactly.
Yeah, it wasn't
And
the first time.
that whole virtual versus in person. Exactly. Great pickup on that, Kev. I didn't even pick that up, so thanks for that. But yeah, I thought that was a great scene.
He's a real fan, real bro fan.
This is why. And then the next one for me was the scene where Bond meets Raoul. For me, what was really big about that is that these are two guys that M screwed over in the same, maybe not exactly the same, but in a similar. She made an executive decision of what she thought was the best for the big picture to proceed, and they both got fucked because of that decision that M made. And Bond, it shows like one side of it is Bond is still about his country, and that's why he came back, was to fight for his country. And Raoul on the other side is like, basically like, fuck you, if this is how you're gonna be, then I'm gonna do me. And so I thought that was a really, I know I'm really simplifying that whole part, and Kevin with his that high analysis will come in. And
I wasn't even listening to you. What you're saying?
I know, I'm on simpleton's terms here. And then go back to my simpleton ways, the last scene for me was the one where they're preparing the house for Raoul to come.
Me like and
it kind of reminded me of like Home Alone when he's setting all the traps for the
Wet Bandits.
Yeah, for Wet Bandits.
I said they're booby traps.
Right. So it kind of gave me a little bit of a chuckle watching that scene. So I had to add that.
You're like, where's the paint can coming in? I got you. So that's it for you, Nick. Right now, you think?
Yeah, those are the three.
Okay, Kev, what you got? Let's do a little clockwise here. So
Yeah, so just to add, I'll still start off. I mentioned it before, just that opening scene you were talking about. Basically, all the Bond films have great openings where they just kind of throw you right into the action right away. So, in Goldfinger, we had the one where he's, with a little duck on his hat where he's swimming up to that, whatever restaurant it was where he blew something up, whatever.
Yes.
GoldenEye, they're in that facility where he blows up the tanks there. And here he's chasing down this guy with the hard drive. So they start in the hotel, they move to the car where Eve is a terrible driver, just hitting everything in sight. She's yelling for people to get out of the way, and they probably can't hear her. So that's fine. Get out of the way! And then it goes to the motorcycle, the train. That whole opening sequence, I think, is a really good. I think it's probably one of the best opening scenes for a Bond film.
Really?
And it's like one of the first ones where it actually relates to the story of the Bond film, right? Like the other
Yeah, it
ones,
goes. It's
just some random assignment.
Yeah, it's continuous
Right.
throughout as the other ones. Believe it or not, before I was to jump in, I didn't rate that as one of my favorite scenes.
really.
Oh, no, I'm not saying it's like the best scene
like-
of the film. I'm saying for opening scenes for Bond films, I think it's
I would even. I thought the other two ones were better than that because they had nothing to do with the plot.
I didn't think so.
Maybe because it scared the shit out of me. I don't know. All right.
You were so
And then you
turned
have
on by
Adele.
the
I'm
loud
like, fuck
noise.
this, man.
And then
Jay was watching the movie like with his ears behind his head, hiding behind the couch. I don't want to watch.
Earmuffs, man. All right.
and then there's the music video of Adele, basically.
Yeah.
The whole thing.
Yeah, that sucked. Kev, go on.
All right, so from there I'll go into the whole training scenes when Bond is. It's like kind of like a montage of him getting back into. I guess not getting back in shape because it turns out he failed all the tests. But they do the shooting one, the physical activity where he says, "Yeah, we should take a break." And you see him huffing wind on the ground afterwards, which would be me after walking 5 feet probably. But anyway.
So it happens when you're on a bender.
Yeah, and then they do the best part of that is at the end, the psychological evaluation, the word association.
Yep.
Bitch.
Yeah. Day.
So
Wasted.
Yeah, that was one of my quotes, actually. When I say day, you might say wasted.
See, this is going very well.
Yeah.
This went. First of all, this thing went very smooth.
I was just thinking.
I'm
the same thing.
done. So are we going to the next booze going on? Or?
I'm almost done.
Yeah,
so,
I mean,
okay.
I was just trying to slow down.
We're trying to slow
And
down.
then just to add two more, because I'm sure Brian has a lot to add in also. I'll throw the casino scene in there. So when he goes to redeem the briefcase, and first off, I don't know why they don't have better security the way they would even give him the case to begin with, because they obviously know it's not for him, but they give him the case anyway. So, and it leads into that ridiculous kimono dragon pit, which I haven't seen one of those since I guess The Freshman was the Marlon Brando movie, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kinda
Like we watched this, I completely forgot that scene even happened. I was like, oh, kimono dragons. They taste like ham, apparently.
Yeah, like, what is it? Macau? Is that what it is right there?
Yeah, Macau.
I like that.
Where the casino is, yeah.
I got you.
And then just for one more, I'll do the interrogation scene once they've actually captured Sylvia and they have him in the supervillain glass jar that they have him in, which apparently not very effective. But yeah, when he's giving his whole backstory, and I just think it's not my favorite scene in the movie, but it's so weird watching him remove his own jaw and see what the cyanide pill that was not correct did to his face. And I didn't notice it. I think I saw this in the theaters when it came out. I know I've seen it a couple times since then. I never noticed his eyes fucked up when I saw it. But this time watching it, maybe it's because I screwed up and bought the 4K UHD version. But when he does it, you can see his eye like droops.
As it droops out,
it has like the weird like veins sticking out. I never noticed that
how
before.
like the mouthpiece affects the way.
I don't get that
dialogue.
either,
was
but
very
I guess
strange
I don't
to
know.
me.
It pushes it up.
It's gotta be
It
the
adds
only thing that's
pressure
gotta
to
be.
the
I'm
irony.
assuming, yeah.
It's got hydraulic lifts in it.
Yeah.
So I'll put those down as the scenes that stood out to me. So
Okay, very good. Brian.
You guys literally said everything that I pretty much have. The only things that I will add is I have Silva when he sees M when he's captured, like that whole scene right there, like when he's just talking to her. You know, he's like just the way he goes into his speech and just everything, and I'm just like, fuck, this guy's good. Like, I want to hate him so much. Like, I do hate him, but he's so smart and he knows exactly what he's doing. And how it leads into, like, right after that is, like, when, you know, he escapes and how the whole plan was into, like, he wanted to get caught.
Yeah.
And, you know, Bond is the only one who catches up onto it that he wanted it. And then, you know, the chase down in through, like, the tunnels and into the, you know, the train. And you're just like...
The tube?
Yeah.
As they call it over there.
Yeah.
Sound like you're from London.
But, yeah, so that was, like, the whole train scene itself. And then it just, you know, like, as you would see, like, how Bond doesn't die, Silva doesn't die when the train fucking goes through. You're like, all right, I guess we're all okay. Nothing else.
Momentum.
Well,
Momentum
Silva was
doesn't
already
exist.
up the ladder. That's why he was able to survive.
The laws of momentum don't
Come
exist.
on.
Yeah.
Stop it, Brian.
But, yeah. So there was that. And then I have, like, one more for was like the final battle when they're getting ready at the house, and he was like, when you get to meet Kincaid. You know, I thought he was a really great character. You know, like you said, how they're setting up and, you know, they're breaking the glass and trying to set up, you know, like little bombs here and there, and he's showing them like the little ways through the house and all that sort of stuff. I do have two quick little scenes that I do like that are like really kind of throwaway scenes, but the one we saw just before is with the scorpion when he was drinking. I thought that was cool.
Yes.
It has
I
it
fucking
has
love
nothing to
that
do
scene.
with the plot, but it just it was just something cool.
Well, by the way, glad you mentioned it. I have a special surprise for us, guys. Bring out the scorpions.
I already did scorpion shots in Vegas. I'm good. And then the other one is when he gets M after Silva, and he goes and brings her to his house, and you know she's like, what are you doing? And he's like, oh, we got to switch cars, you know, for tracking. And then it's a throwback to the old James Bond, the Aston Martin. And then yep. And then she's like, little bumpy. And she's like, is it going to be this way the whole way down? And he gets ready to push. He's like, you're going to complain the whole while.
Another one of my quotes.
Yeah. So just push. Just push the button. But yeah, those two were good. Like I said, it's not major into the plot, but they were just cool things to see, and how they kind of pay homage to, the old Bond flicks. So that's that.
Okay, very nice. Gotcha. Again, so for me, I have to agree with you guys. Brian, the bar scene with I'm a huge fan of that scorpion shot. Something I would love to try. It's not going to fucking happen. I would lose an eye. Nick meeting Q in the art museum. I love that, the banter back and forth.
I was gonna say like 99.9% of scorpions are not lethal, so you might be okay.
My luck is that 1%.
That 0.1%.
So yeah, let's see. And then I'm a huge fan now. After watching these movies again, it reminds me of Casino Royale. I love a good casino scene. God damn, it's so cool.
I think every Bond movie has a casino scene.
Yeah, they have to. Like, I need more casino scenes.
All villains live in casinos.
Yeah, like in every movie.
Money front.
Yeah.
There wasn't one in Goldfinger, but they're gambling in the.
There's always some sort of gambling.
Some sort of gambling going on. I love it. I need more of this and more movies. There's something stupid going on. Excuse me there. So we're coming face with Silva for the first time. That conversation, God, man, that's so cool. Makes you fall in love with the villain right there. Let's see. I think you, Brian, too. Rescuing M and swapping out the cars to the old school Bondmobile, like they call it, the Aston Martin. And then it had the original theme song playing from Goldfinger right there. So cool. Skyfall Manor. I just said entire scene is what I call it. And what was the other one I have to say? That was the fight scene in the Chinese skyscraper with the advertising lights going on. It's such cool.
Yeah.
I love a great fight scene, and then the way how it was done with the going back and forth with the lights and just right there, the guy's about to fall out. So I thought that was great. I can go. That's all I really have for there. The chat says one of the ones is where Jay Weezy says when they meet. Javier Bardem's character, Silva, at the island, it was pretty good. And then when they're loading the shotgun shells into the lights to make for shrapnel, when they're doing the booby traps, as they say. So,
well, yeah, when you actually meet Silva on the island for the first time, like, I think this is the longest you ever wait to see a villain in a Bond movie. Like,
no, because it was right around the same point that you met 006. Well, I guess you saw him originally. You didn't realize he was the villain, but they announced
you still have that
006.
You still have the Russian general.
Yeah, the Russian general was kind of.
So at least he's there.
But this one is literally halfway into the movie. This movie's 2 hours and like 10
2
minutes.
hours and 23 minutes.
Yeah, 2 hours and 23 minutes. You don't meet Silva until like an hour.
Yeah, let's say
12
so
minutes
they're in
in.
the casino scene right now. Let's pause it for a quick second. It's not the pause button. And this is 58 minutes, and after the scene, so yeah, another good,
like another 10 minutes, and that's when you meet him. So it's like halfway through the movie, you finally see Silva.
It's longer than 10 minutes after this, still too.
So
they still have to avoid the Kimono Dragon Pit.
Yeah,
Still have to get on the boat.
He's got to get it in on the boat.
Yeah. And okay, very good. So moving on, let's go to favorite quotes. Brian, we'll go with you this time. We'll go counterclockwise.
I don't have a lot of quotes. For this
as
movie.
always, as we say, the Bond films, there aren't many quotes, there's stuff to pull out. So, as you know, it's more of a even scenes were kind of tough on it, but this one had a lot more scenes. So quotes, let's hear it.
I only have 3. One I didn't even like. I just wrote the Silva speech because I'm not gonna put that whole thing down when he gets first introduced. So I'm not gonna go into that whole thing. The other one I have is from Q. Were you expecting an exploding pen? We don't really go for that anymore.
Yep, like that.
So that was cool. Once again, paying homage to the old one. And then another one was from Bond. He's like, some men are coming to kill us. We're going to kill them first. Yeah. When he was talking, there was like Kincaid.
Very good.
So,
all right.
And that was it. I mean, like I said, this is more like story driven. It's not all the Bond movies aren't quote heavy, so it's not.
Yeah,
something you're gonna
exactly. So, Kev, what you got for us? You want to throw some in there that you like?
Just so Brian, if you want, I do have that whole Silva speech.
No.
All right, but I'll just go with the last part of that quote. Then we're the last 2 rats. We can either eat each other or eat everyone else.
Yeah,
so that's the point he was getting to for that little story he had. So I had a lot of things that you had there. I do like the early scene with M and Mallory when they're first going over, the fact that she's supposed to resign or she's going to have to be forced into retirement, basically. And she says, I know I can't have this job forever, but I'll be damned if I'm going to leave the department in worse shape than I found it. And then right after, we said, you had a great run. You should leave with dignity. And she goes, oh, to hell with dignity. I'll leave when the job's done.
Yep.
So there you go. Good for him. So I had that. And then when they do the little shooting contest, which is where you still find out that Bond, you talked about the idea of him doubting himself. He knows that he's probably not going to be successful shooting the shot glass off her head. So unfortunately for that girl, Silva doesn't have any problem just shooting her. It just says, I win. What do you think of that? Yeah. And then James Bond just says, waste of good scotch.
Yep.
So
what a waste of a good scotch.
Tough beat for that girl, I guess.
Oh, thank you, sir. Moving on to the next beer.
And then M, when she's talking to Silva when he's captured and he's going through his whole spiel, she just says, soon your past will be as non-existent as your future. So that's when she basically says he's going to be tried for all the dumb stuff that he's done. And then just the very end, when at the end of the last fight scene, calling back to the rat analogy, after Bond throws the knife at him. Last rat standing. So there you go. There's his witticism for the end of the movie. So that's what I got. Like I said, we could also go into, if you want, I can recite that, or I can recite the entirety of the poem Ulysses if you want, because that's what Judi Dench recites.
Yeah, with M's recites inside there. Let's keep the
I'm pretty sure Nick is going to take
colloquies down to
Which ones?
No, never mind.
The monologues?
All right, so Kev's done with that. Nick, what you got for us?
So I got a couple of different ones. One of the earlier ones that I had was the scene with Bond when he sneaks into M's place and she's talking about getting a hotel and she's like, "You're bloody right, you're not staying here." Like the reason that for me that one stuck out is because it's like, you know, as you watch the movie, you wind out like you see like that cold attitude is like what got her into this situation because she's such like a cold-blooded bitch. Instead of just being like, "Yeah, I fucked you pretty bad, just stay here a night."
Yeah.
You know, like let me make amends somehow. She's like, "Get the fuck out of my house." You know?
Yeah.
You're not
Sooner the better.
right.
Can't sit here.
Safe saying.
The whole interaction with Moneypenny and Bond when he first comes back and they're talking about the shots and a moving target's hard to hit and she says to him, "Then you better keep moving." that gave me a little bit of a chuckle. The next one was the Q and Bond when they were going back and forth, and Q made the comment about pulling triggers, and Bond says, or not pulled, it's hard to know which in your pajamas.
Yeah.
Or when Raoul was talking about how Bond was alone on the island towards the end after he killed the girl, and Bond lifts up, he's like, "Latest thing from Q Branch, it's called a radio." And then that was it, because a couple of the other ones we already said. But yeah, that was all that I had for quotes.
Yeah, I got you. It was tough. So for me, I have to go with when Bond's talking to Q in the museum. A gun and a radio. It's not exactly Christmas, is it? Let's see. Then Bond opens the garage door to reveal his Aston Martin DB5, and M goes, "Oh, and I suppose that's completely inconspicuous." And then Kincaid, love this guy. "Try and stop me, you jumped up little shit." And as when Kev just said, what a waste of a good scotch. And then here's another good Kincaid quote. "You're a tad late. They've sold the place when they thought you were dead. Seems they were wrong." And then Raoul Silver going, "You caught me. Now here's your prize. The latest thing from my local toy store. It's called radio." Then he sends a train at him.
Got him with his own burn.
Yeah, burn. Oh. Let's see. Anything from the chat? Thank you for quotes there. I think you might be able to get that from us. Let's see. The rat story when the old man at the mansion hits on them. Let's see. The old hoe needed to go. I love the Dench's M. So all right,
She was great.
yeah, one of the best.
I hated her. She was such a bitch.
Hated it.
But you got it. You got to be cutthroat in that job. You got to have no feelings.
Two snaps down.
So, all right, so that is for it. We're halfway through this podcast. Seems like we're chugging along. Oh shit! And it wasn't even recording on the actual fucking my voice meter. What the fuck happened?
Can we get it from Twitch?
It's gonna be from Twitch again. It's gonna be shitty fucking
That's alright.
thing again. So she was a cold-hearted bitch. Okay.
You think Em would appreciate these mess ups, Jay?
No, she would not. So
Nope.
I don't know what the fuck happened. I might press something. That was my fault. So, all right, let's break here. Maybe I can get my shit together. It's a lot of turkey I've had, and then we'll come back and finish up the
What
rest
else
of
are
this
we
podcast.
smoking besides turkey, Jack?
Yeah, nothing. Nothing. So, all right. Cheers.
Ooh. Mommy was very bad.
Looks like Brian got the quote back in this time.
Looks like it. As I was gonna go. I was gonna go actually with the same scene. Medical evaluation failed. Physical evaluation failed. Psychological evaluation. Alcohol and substance abuse addiction indicated. Ooh, pathological rejection of authority based on resolved childhood trauma. Well, Brian's is better as we're coming in. Welcome back to Reels, Booze, and Bros, aka RB2. Let's hope this recording substitutes go on. Let's hope the microphones don't suck, or mine. And let's finish this podcast strong. As you can see in the booze cam, we got the latest beer. It is Lincoln Bio. Nothing to do. You know what? Let's throw it in. Let's see how we can do this. Lincoln Bio. It has to do with the hacking inside this movie. Yeah, that's a far fetch. So let's just go.
Closest thing I can find.
Technology.
Yeah.
It's technology. So what do you guys think of that? I feel this is very like lemony in my opinion. Hold on,
This is a good, this is like a summer beer for me.
Yeah, I can't grasp like any of the
is.
flavors. Like one doesn't like come out more than the
It
other.
actually-
Orange more than anything.
Yeah.
As you can see right here, it gives its own rating, a 3.0 on. You see look at the bottom there. So it actually did its own untapped rating, a 3.0. I gave it higher.
I think that's for their flagship beer.
I gave it a
That red
3.7.
can, I think, is their flagship.
That's not good.
You think they would just lie and put a 4.0 there? Right?
Yeah, they would, or you know.
Well, and then on the other one, all the way to the right, it shows 4 out of 5.
Yeah. So that's what.
I guess like anything, they get mixed reviews.
Yeah.
Much like this Bond movie, you guys think it's great. I'm like, meh.
Haven't heard that meh in a while, so excuse me. All right, so bringing it back, let's move on. Where are my notes as I continue as a shitty show host? All right, movie awards, best quote. I'm gonna throw out Dr. Hall when he says Skyfall, because anytime you can name the movie inside a line in the movie, I'm gonna go with it because there wasn't much. Anyone else? Don't hold back.
Wait, what was?
I just said when he's going the word association and he just shouts, he just goes Skyfall.
Oh, right.
And then Bond's like done.
Yeah.
Because it's tough.
He said the movie in the movie.
Yeah. Oh, that's it. That's the line. So that's what I got. I know it's far fetched. It was very tough. Come up with the best quote. So
I'll go with the one with Bond. Q with the talking about the triggers are not pulled. It's hard to know which in your pajamas.
okay, I like that one. I like that one. Kev, we got anything different going here?
I'm going with the whole rat speech. So I'll just throw the end out also. Again, we're the last 2 rats. We can either eat each other or eat everyone else. So I thought that was the most interesting line for the movie. Or I could just be an English snob and say the entire poem Ulysses. But she only recites the last 5 lines, so it's not that good.
Boo,
Bitch.
Boomers. All right, Brian.
Like I said, I really want to go with like the Silva speech, just because I think it's phenomenal. But other than that, I'll go with the Q where you expect an exploding pen. We don't really go for that anymore.
And we just had the exploding pen in GoldenEye.
Yeah.
We did. As you
So, how many clicks?
I do love movies with rats in them, as Nick points out in the chat as he's going along with there.
This poor woman's had enough.
I
Leave
see.
me alone. I'm tired.
Yeah, so I guess if anyone else in the chat, you favorite quote for this movie going on? What do you think something different? I don't know. It's very tough because I said the movie that doesn't have a lot of quotes. When you think of it, I went with Skyfall because that's the name of the movie. When you think of this movie, what do you think of? I don't know. So why not just go with the title inside?
As a non-Bond fan, what was Skyfall?
It's supposed to be his childhood home, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You'll see it when you come up to the final scene.
It says Skyfall, like on the
Skyfall.
gate coming up.
Yeah.
So,
Oh,
yeah,
I
so
didn't
yeah,
even
yeah.
notice
Sky,
that one.
Skyfall Manor, I think
Gotcha.
that's what they said. Yeah, so
Gotcha.
that's going on. So, okay. Now, best scene. Brian. The whole movie.
No, it's when you meet Silva for the first time.
I'm with you.
I don't think it's.
That's what I had.
Oh,
It's-
right.
It's hard to argue that.
Yeah, it was
And
just.
so where would you end the scene? Because I still say I think it's the whole scene on it. Like this, it's on in the background now.
Yeah,
Even
no,
the
I go
shooting
to the whole thing.
This whole scene until the helicopter.
This whole 10 minutes.
You can. I mean, this part is all great and it definitely builds on it, but you can cut it after that initial part of it.
I agree.
In the room, and it would still, to me, be the best scene. And I'm not trying to like argue with you. I'm just trying to say that initial part of it was so great that just that alone you could go. But I'm with you 100% that this just makes it even better. You know he's gonna struggle with shooting the gun here. Just everything. You're right.
But so with this whole scene, like.
He wasn't even trying to shoot the glass. He's terrible at this game.
Before we go on, the rules were you have to knock the glass of scotch off her head
Yeah.
with the gun. So technically, he won. He didn't say you have to shoot the fucking glass. You just knock the glass off of her head. All right, Brian, go
All
on.
right, so
I got a
like
little explanation here.
what I was
Referees
saying
from
is
yesterday's Cowboys
like
game
with
need to
this,
get in on this.
with this whole scene and like him meeting Silva and then all of a sudden it goes into the shooting game over here. I think after he misses and then Silva kills the girl, I think you start to see the confidence of Bond come back because then he just legit just kills 8 dudes right there, and you see him like start to become the old Bond again where he's not questioning himself like, and he just reacts and goes. So I think you see like his character start to come back to what he was before he got injured. So that's why I think this whole scene is great.
See, but I think that the missing of the shot glass, he already had it at that point. He was just
I believe that too.
Yeah.
But it's I think in his mind, like psychologically, he just killed 8 guys where he's just like, oh shit, like I can still do this. And I think that was in this movie. It kind of like pulls out like he's not even sure himself if he could still do this.
Yeah, but but he had a shot of 50-year-old McCallum. So
he was feeling good.
he needs.
He was warm a little bit. So.
He does have alcohol dependence, so it's steadied the nerves.
Me, whenever I have that strong scotch or whiskey, the inside of the mouth is sweating a little bit. Probably.
Now I'm gonna go talk to the girl on the side of the bar. I got this. She's not coming home with me.
I stuff?
So we're not gonna go with as the Jay Weezy in the chat says, where he gets the dog, the porcelain dog.
Wow.
As best scene.
At the end?
Yeah. No? Okay. I agree. It's what I had. I had meeting Silva for the first time. I went more specific with the one-on-one speech that they're going on. He's in the chair. And
that part is just so good, just how they're playing off each other.
Yeah.
And just trying to read each other.
Do you think Bond villains memorize their soliloquies before they meet him? They do that in theater group. They're like, I have to memorize.
Have to.
Have to make sure I nailed the delivery.
Yeah, they have to.
Goldfinger had his speech to all the investors, except crime. He had to hit all the right notes probably. So.
Honestly, without a doubt, there was no cue cards and any of these things going on. There has to be.
All Bond villains went to theater school at some point.
Yeah. They're not Marlon Brando and The Godfather.
Yes. Okay. Moving on. Best character, Randy Watson Award.
Kincaid.
Yes.
Really?
Yes. I love that fucking old dude. Oh my God, Brian.
Yep.
Wow, we're on the same page today.
Obviously, I want to say Silva and I want to say Bond because those two were just so good. But in the spirit of the Randy Watson Award, only in for so much, he was fucking
jumped out, little shit. What you guys got?
He fucking put up 12 points in 4 minutes.
Yeah.
He was fucking fire.
Yeah, and that dude had a worse limp than me right now, and it was fucking phenomenal. That guy.
I love when he goes out and they're gonna teach him how to. She's like, remember, it pulls to the right a little bit. He's like, what did you say you did again?
Yes. Yeah.
Just walks away.
Every fucking line he had was golden coming out of there. And he's like, even though he's sincere with M, he's like about the old house.
He was trying to hit it,
but it has some real tricks. Oh yeah, he's like, I'm gonna hit this.
He was trying to see if there was any oil left in that dipstick.
That's one way of putting it.
So Nick, are you leaning towards Kincaid or what? What you got for us? So let's hear it.
I don't know, man. Raul to me was the show stealer for sure.
Yeah, yeah. Like I said,
yes.
I had to go with him.
If there's, I don't know. He's like.
I think who wins the movie is.
Yeah, he wins the movie without a doubt because though M was pretty damn good, but Silva was the best. and who wins the movie. So, all right, Kev, what do you think?
So I know at least one person I heard before is not going to like this, but going off what you said, I have. If we're not going off
The
major
Komodo Dragons
characters-
won the movie? Yeah, I got it.
It's the biggest thing for Komodo Dragons since the Freshmen. So. If we're like, I would say Silva, but it's probably too easy.
Yeah.
The other person I'm picking is a major character, but not in every Bond film. So I'm actually going to say M for the best character in the movie. I like her. I like seeing her as much. I like
I do.
getting all the background of her just being like, you know what? This is my job. This is what I do. I send people out in the field to die. Sometimes it happens.
Yeah,
She's like, I have to make those decisions, and I stand by what I do. This is great. Oh, this side of his face too. We're watching. Just pulled his jaw off in the interrogation scene. So
Yeah,
this-
well, we had the
I never
cyanide
noticed it. I
capsule.
don't know how I didn't notice that before, but
It's the 4K that gets you going. That's why.
Yeah,
So,
but yeah, I rewatching this. I never would have thought when I first started watching I was going to like M from start to finish. But every scene she was in, I just liked her character. And like I said, you could say that Bond or the villain in any Bond film are like the biggest stars overall. That's probably too easy. So I'll be different. I'll say M. If I was going to pick someone else, it would be Silva or Kincaid probably too. But M. Kincaid's only in the last 5 minutes. I'll take M. Dame Judi Dench.
See, I feel like you're trying to transition to my
Your worst
Adrian
character again?
Balboa because I just want to punch him in the
Are
fucking
you saying
face.
M is odd job?
Every time.
all right.
Not on
So,
that level. Odd job is like
so as we move on, worst Adrian Balboa.
M is like I liked her in the Golden Eye and all of those, Pierce Brosnan. I even liked her in the earlier ones with Daniel Craig, but in this one I just wanted to punch her right in the fucking mouth.
I like seeing
Just
her
like at
character
some point
more.
you gotta put down that
Like even thinking about we talked before, like you see more of like kind of like these outside. I just like seeing more of her character. Like she's in all these films and like we never see anything that she.
This is
actually
this is the
does.
most
I think
you've ever seen out of any.
why I like
I think that's
seeing
why
it.
I don't like her because I'm actually seeing she's just this cold fucking bitch.
Got to make tough decisions.
Yeah, she reminds me. What is she? She's like the modern day Karen. She probably sends food back.
She wants to see the manager.
Excuse me, I was speaking to the manager.
Can
This
you
food-
turn
She
the
got
AC
far
on
more
in this
class than
restaurant?
Karen. Don't put her on the level of a Karen.
I got you. So that's who's Nick's Adrian Balboa.
And 100% films every encounter with people in the streets.
You can make a case for Q as Randy Watson.
Yeah, he's good.
He was good.
Q was
Although
good.
he's a technology expert, he just gets hacked and goes, "Oh, we've been hacked."
Yeah.
How do you get in? Oh shit!
Yeah.
Like the most. How do we get in? Obviously, you just connected the fucking computer, you moron. So, Nick, you got timed out. I don't know what you did. I put you as a I put you as a mod.
I
So you,
said, sure I did.
I got rid of that bot. Did you accept the mod thing? Because normally there's like a little thing by next to you.
I don't know.
So, okay. So, what do you got there?
Jay Weezy's put
Kev.
in much more comments than me. How has he not been?
I don't know. I think he knows what to do and what to not. He takes like 30 seconds and goes, 1, 2, 3, comment. 1, 2, 3, comment. He's gotten banned a couple times before.
All right, so if we're going on Adrian Balboa, this is my Adrian
Oh,
Balboa.
all right, that's what I have. I only have her. I don't even know what her name is. I have
Yep.
it listed as other woman.
Claire Dow, the MP. She's
Yeah.
leading an investigation to MI6. Exactly what I had her too.
Yeah, all right.
So you don't know what the fuck's going on. Yeah, so yeah, that's exactly what I had.
She's so annoying. A character in the
They're
movie is
not
like, why don't you shut up for a few
That's
minutes?
like the prime minister and stuff, right?
Yeah, she's called Claire Dow,
It's almost
MP.
like when we have like what are those the Senate hearings and stuff like that.
Yes, whenever they do that, stuff like that. So it's like,
It's like you have to meet with HR, basically.
yeah. So the public trials like, oh, we did this for the people, we made her look bad. Oh yeah. So all right, fuck
She's
outta
a
here.
character so annoying in the movie, someone else is like, why don't you stop talking for a
Yeah,
while?
can we stop talking and let the witness actually speak? So yeah, I fucking hated her because she doesn't know what's going on.
Well, fine, she's had enough of this shit.
Yeah, all you do is take.
It's funny,
fuck-
we haven't even brought him up yet in the whole movie.
I considered him as the next for Randy Watson best character coming out there because I like his. You're unsure of how
Well,
he
at
is.
first he was a
It's weird,
dick.
yeah.
It was
Yeah.
like-
But he's really not in the. I know we can talk about how long he's really not in the movie all that much either. He's really short as
Yeah.
far as like his screen time.
But, like,
All
yeah.
he was doing was setting up his role to be the next
M, yeah.
So,
That's all it was.
but like, I liked it though because you weren't sure. You're like, fuck this bureaucratic son of a bitch. And then next thing he's like, all right, comes in. He got shot. He's like, all right, continue on. We're not gonna with this shit. He's like, I authorized the mission. And then next you know it's like, oh, let's go Bond. We've got some good shit for you to continue on. So that's what I got. I think we're in agreement with Worst character, Agent Balboa. Brian and I are with Kincaid for the Randy Watson.
Nick and I are once again mortal enemies when it becomes between the best and worst character.
I think it's only with Bond though. It's only lately. Has it been? Yeah. So I
seems
think,
to be.
yeah, because Nick doesn't get two
That's
shits.
why Odd Job still rules. He rules.
Worthless motherfucker.
Worst fucking character in all movies ever made.
You crushed a golf ball. Good job, you fucking
But just look
loser.
at the fight scenes from this movie
compared
compared
to Goldfinger, yeah.
just compared to GoldenEye. You
Oh, yeah,
kidding?
even just the one scene that you talked about, I think, or maybe it was Jay, the fist fight in the tower scene.
Yeah.
The first
It's awesome.
one. A lot more choreographed and interesting. Like they're throwing punches nonstop. It looks like they're actually attempting to hit one another.
Yeah.
Where the Odd Job fight scene in the bank vault, where he throws the punch and it cuts away, and then.
Oh god, yeah. I know, but like probably at the time I was like, oh my god, that punch probably.
Did you
fucking-
see that? It was only a 5-second delay between the punch and the sound effect. What will they think of next?
Oh.
Maybe they'll put pow and bam on the screen as they punch each other. Shit like that. So would it be? Okay. All right. Moving on. A little BTS behind the scenes now. So, in 50 years of James Bond movies, this is only the second one in which Bond suffers a gunshot wound. He was also shot in Thunderball, 1965, during the Junkanoo chase scene.
What? Not even like a flesh wound? Nothing?
No, man.
A graze on
Yeah.
the arm? Nothing?
Yeah, no, nothing. So,
So
all
I
right.
thought I thought this was the first one where he ever got
Thunderball is
shot.
actually one of my favorites also. So
Yeah.
it's up there.
Oh, okay. So, listen to this. The role of Kincaid was originally written with. Anyone want to guess?
The Rock. That's it.
Holy shit! You got it.
Sean Connery.
Ah, correct.
Oh,
Wow, I was
Great.
totally shooting in the dark.
Sir,
That
Sir
would have
Sean
been
Connery.
that
in
would have
mind.
been fantastic to tie it all back. Oh God.
As much as
That
they
would've been
want.
so weird.
No, they would have been. Yes, it would. That's what they said because people like were loved it, and then people, and then the director was like, they were unsure because.
People would try to draw comparisons like, is
Yes.
this supposed to be his dad?
Yeah,
or
because
something
they
like
would have
that,
pulled
or
you
something
out
like
of the.
that. Yeah.
They would have pulled you out of the experience of the
Yeah.
whole entire Bond thing. So
It would have been interesting.
I think that if like we have gone 60 years with the whole Bond thing,
People can disassociate him being
and
related
like
to it,
maybe with the different Bonds, it wasn't like really the same James Bond throughout. Then it would have been a little different.
Yeah.
You know. But like the fact that it's supposed to be the same person throughout it, it's
Yeah.
Yeah, I like the fact because when you see Casino Royale, you're like, okay, maybe it's not because like you just
dead
got
for everything
promoted to
else.
007,
Right.
so I like where they're going. I'm like, okay, so maybe it's always someone different, but it's no. All right, now another casting. Kevin Spacey was considered for a role, but declined due to scheduling conflicts.
And
It was believed Kevin Spacey, the director Sam Mendes, originally offered Spacey the role of.
the new Anna.
You said M. Brian, what do you think?
That'd be my guess. I don't know. I'm just
I know. Go ahead. I'm just guessing. I want to go with round table. I want to see what we guess. What do you guys think? Kevin Spacey
I don't think it's Silva.
was offered a role. What do you guys think?
Kevin Spacey was offered a role.
Were there any pedophiles in this movie?
Was it pedophile? Or was he like?
Well,
He didn't have-
the kid was underage. He was 17 also.
And he was
so
a
that
male,
just
so he was
pedophile,
like,
but,
yeah, I got you.
That was so the whole joke. No, never mind. Just keep
Okay, continue on. So, Nick, what do you think? Any ideas?
I really don't. Like the
Money Penny.
I said Money Penny joking around, but I really. I don't think they would do M because I think it would have to be somebody British.
Yeah,
no?
Yeah.
I don't think
I would
I had a
think
British
so.
accent.
I don't know
Brian?
who they would.
I said Silva, but I can't see him being.
That's correct.
That's
Silver.
the only one. It's, yeah.
The role of Silver. The reason why is Sam Mendes directed.
7. Did he do 7?
No.
No, David
No.
Fincher did. Never.
Yeah.
mind.
No.
Fincher did that.
Fuck. I just had it. American Beauty.
American Beauty. Okay.
Yep, they work together on American Beauty. All right. Judi Dench has more screen time in this. The next favorite character has more screen time in this movie alone than Desmond Llewellyn had in 17 movies as Q, making her portrayal of M the most recurrent character in the franchise after Bond, as measured by screen time. Interesting.
Did it say who it was after that? What other recurring characters?
Just
are there
Bond.
besides Q.
Just as I was it.
I imagine Q probably has a lot of screen time.
Yeah, it's the same one.
Also, yeah.
So, the most successful James Bond movie at the international box office in the official film's franchise history was this one. This is what I thought of this, thinking So I read this and I had to put it in because when I was thinking about the villain, I want to like ask about this. Can you continue on? So this movie was influenced by Batman Begins and The Dark Knight, directed by Christopher Nolan, according to director Sam Mendes. Several early reviews of this movie likened the mood of the movie to that of The Dark Knight Rises. Interestingly, a recurring line of dialogue in The Dark Knight Rises was "Permission to Die." This is also the title of a 1989 James Bond comic book. A shot of Bond standing on top of a building, looking out over London with the flag of England, evoked Batman perched on rooftops, looking out over Gotham City. Mendez said, in terms of what Nolan achieved, specifically The Dark Knight, the second movie, what it achieved, which is something exceptional. It was a game changer for everybody. What Nolan proved was that you can make a huge movie that is thrilling and entertaining and has a lot to say about the world we live in, even if, in the case with The Dark Knight, it's not even set in our world. That did help give me the confidence to take this movie in directions that, without The Dark Knight, might not have possible. Nolan has often stated that the classic James Bond movies were an influence on The Dark Knight trilogy. As such, one can say that Bond has inspired Batman and that Batman has inspired Bond. So, I can understand where they're going from that. But so, I want to say, when watching this movie, when Javier Bardem's villain came on, I literally thought this guy is one of my favorite villains, just like the Joker. Does anyone else think that?
Yeah, that's kind of a high praise, I think, for him in this movie.
Are you kidding me?
For Javier Bardem, have you seen No Country for Old Men?
I have.
He's a much better villain in that movie. I would think that's the first thing.
I probably have to go back to that, but
it's funny when you were mentioning that. At first, you said he took some influence from Batman Begins and The Dark Knight.
Yeah.
Before you then went on and mentioned the parallel to, I thought Dark Knight Rises, because that's the whole thing where Batman is like injured and has to get back into what he's doing. So I kind of thought that, thinking about, Bond, getting injured, has to come back and do everything also. So I don't know. I can definitely see some influence here, but I don't necessarily see a direct connection to all those. The more recent Batman films are trying to make more of like a realistic approach to Batman, the villains, and how everyone operates. So I can see that.
Well, especially with the Christopher Nolan, those ones set in a more closer to reality kind of thing. Like
that's actually when you said it was like alternate reality. He said this is like alternate reality and Bond is reality. I was like, those movies are still relatively realistic.
Yes.
But at least more so than other comic book films.
Yeah, but I don't know. I just felt like the second I was watching this, I thought like, man, he reminds me of the Joker, and I like him. So I do. I mean, I saw No Country for Old Men years ago. Probably like, I don't think I saw it in theaters, but I saw it after it came out. It was probably when I was in Iraq. I wanted to watch something, and I thought it was great. I liked it. I liked him as a villain there. I'll probably have to watch again and liking him more. But just the fact that his likability was just, I don't think did he talk a lot in No Country for Old Men? I don't remember him.
A little bit. He had that very low voice basically.
Yeah.
But he was very quick and to the point. So
that's what I think. What do you guys think? Anything? I know Kevin and I got that. What do you want to compare? Bond and Batman.
I don't see it, but
two sexy men fighting crime.
Yeah, I'm a simpleton.
There were guns in both movies.
That's it. Okay, Brian.
I don't know.
There seems filmed at night and in the dark.
They went with the casting decision to cast actual people and not animals.
Yeah. All right, so you guys are fucking useless. So moving on. Can The Rock make this movie better?
Nope.
Yeah, I couldn't even think of anything. Not even a joke answer.
Yeah, I said make him Q. The new Q, but again, I just thought the lab coat of him in fucking Independence Day, and I just started laughing to myself. So a nerdy, jacked up guy. That's all. So
the only thing, like again, if I was going to think of anything, the casino scene, the guy that gets carried off by the kimono dragon. That's it. But does it make the movie better? Not really.
Or put his face on the kimono dragon. Superimpose.
When the guy falls off the kimono dragon's eyebrow.
They already did that.
Slightly.
Scorpion King.
Yeah, he did. That's what I was thinking. Yeah. Scorpion King. What the fuck does superimpose mean? Okay. Should there be a sequel, franchise, TV series? There always needs to be a Bond. I want Idris Elba as the next Bond. I said this everyone. It probably missed everyone, but fuck you. All right, anyone else?
I have another person to throw into.
I'll just say I've said Chris Hemsworth would be good, so that's who I would.
But he's Australian. They're not going to do it.
He has the accent. It's fine.
I know, but
us Americans don't know.
Yeah, we can't tell the difference.
They're not gonna do it. They're not gonna let him do it. I said Henry Cavill is definitely one.
Yeah.
But a person that I did not think about until the other day, Charlie Hunnam.
Who?
The guy who's Jax from Sons of Anarchy.
Sons of Anarchy. Does he even have?
He's British.
Is he fucking really?
Yeah.
I never saw Sons of Anarchy.
Oh,
Is
he
it
was
the son. The
Yeah,
main son?
yeah, he's the main
he's the
guy.
main character.
He was fucking awesome.
I haven't seen.
But
the
he
show.
was
Is
in
he the son or is he Anarchy?
he's in
Which one is he?
he's in the past two. He's in the past two. He's been in the past two Guy Ritchie's movies, like The Gentleman and
Oh shit.
and what's the other? He did the King Arthur movie.
I didn't see either of those.
I don't even know who Guy Ritchie is.
Guy Ritchie's a fantastic. Dope. He did two Lock, Stock, and Smoking a Barrel, Snatch. Fuck. He's all the Rock and Roller.
Yeah, Rock
they're,
and
they're
Roller.
fucking. They're amazing. Those movies. Guy Ritchie. He did the Sherlock Holmes with
If you haven't
Iron
seen
Man.
Snatch, you should definitely see Snatch.
Robert Downey Jr.
I've seen.
Oh, okay.
I've seen the movies.
Yeah.
I didn't know. It was
Oh, that was
him.
Yeah, that was him.
Yeah.
Oh,
He's a good
fantastic.
director.
He has
Yeah,
all
yeah.
those like multiple plot movies that it all comes together at the
Yeah.
end, basically.
So, yeah, he did all the
But
Sherlock
yeah,
Holmes. ones.
I'll throw Charlie Hunnam in there because he's young. He could.
I can't see him being a
Why not?
like that because he's stuck in. I feel like he's stuck in that role. I have to see the other ones. I haven't seen those other movies, but I can't see him. I see him stuck as that. He's just dirty. He just looks dirty. Even when he was what was that movie with the kaiju? Pacific Rim. I love that movie. Robots fighting fucking monsters.
What a stupid movie.
Oh my god, so stupid. I fucking love it. Love it. I love stupid shit like that. But
The
it's
new
a
King
part
Kong
of
movie
me.
was stupid, but that was good. I like that one actually.
Yeah,
So-
but you know what? Fucking robots fighting big ass fucking monsters. I love it. That's straight up my alley. I can't, he just reminds me. He was dirty in that movie too. So I don't know. Anyone else? I know Brian and I got ours. Kev.
I said
Besides
Chris
The Rock.
Hemsworth.
Chris
That's what I
Hemsworth,
said,
yes.
yeah.
Nick. I know
It has to
you
be
love Bond. So who?
If I had to pick someone British, I like the Henry Cavill actually one. That's pretty.
Henry
good.
Cavill.
I think I'm gonna go with Brian on that.
We probably have to see the what was that again? Man from U.N.C.L.E. was when he was in there. I'd say him. Honestly, real choice besides Idris Elba. Love you. Henry Cavill or Michael Fassbender.
Fassbender's good too.
So
They said for the next Bond movie that whenever it does come out, Idris Elba's been offered a role in the movie, but it's not Bond.
he plays good villains.
And it's the
He
villain.
always plays good villains. I want him to be the man. Fuck Nicolas Cage. Bond. Got it. We're moving on. Imagine Nicolas Cage.
He's gonna become Britain's national treasure now.
Oh.
Goddamn right.
That'd be great.
He's gonna keep the declaration this time.
Ours now.
All right, so final thoughts. What do you guys think? Final thoughts.
Stole
of
the
this movie?
Statue of Liberty. What?
What is he? He's fucking. What is that? That's fucking Gru from stealing all this shit. All right. So final thoughts. Let's bring it back in, guys. Final thoughts of this movie. Nick, I know you have a quick one-liner.
Yeah, I mean, I think I've said everything that I've had to say. It's a good movie. It's not a terrible movie or even bad, but I don't know.
It's not your
something Bonds later. It's,
cup of tea.
It's not my cup of tea, as they would say.
I see. All right, Kev.
So I do like this movie. I would say it's definitely in my top 5 for all Bond films. And I think one of the things about it is that when I was watching it, even if you don't like Bond, well, unless Nick is here, but even if you don't like Bond films in general, I think it's a movie you can kind of just jump in and enjoy. Like, it's a good action film. It has a lot of great sequences, a lot of great dialogue. We didn't go over every scene, but I think there's a lot of even small, like little throwaway scenes in between that stand out as well. It's just, it's a good movie. I would definitely always watch it when it's on. I'll even spend $4 for it, apparently, because I'm an idiot. And, yeah, it's good. Like I said, I would put this at a 9. And again, I like Daniel Craig as Bond too, but I still say, just personally, I like Casino Royale a little bit better than this one. But this is still up there for a great Bond movie.
Gotcha. Brian, you have the floor. Go on.
I'll try to make this quick.
Do not make it quick.
No,
Pour your heart out.
He's going to read the whole rat speech.
Yeah.
Listen, let me. 4 scores and rats to go.
No, like I was saying before, this is a solid 9.5 for me. Best my favorite Bond movie of all time. I think you get the best performances of James Bond and Daniel Craig, like in the roles that he's played in his Bond movies. Like, this is his best performance. This is M's best performance, and I think this is the best villain Bond has ever had. So it's someone who matches Bond level for level and scene for scene. So I think just the top three billings of Bond, M, and Silva, they just take this movie to another level where they're so good off each other. I just love the whole interaction between all of them. Then you get the whole to the old school stuff, and now as we see, we're watching, he's driving Aston Martin. So press the button.
Eject that bitch.
But yeah, I think everything about this movie, like
Eject me, see if I care.
From the plot to
you know when you're flying
to the character development, and this, like I said, this is the first time you ever seen Bond really vulnerable in a movie. So I thought that was cool to see, and then to see him come full circle and become the charismatic, over the top guy that he normally is, and I just thought that everybody worked well together, and it was a fantastic movie.
That dude's drinking a Heineken, by the way.
And he's on the job.
Yeah. Paid good money.
No, he's not. He's on the job. You know why? Because he has his tie and his top button had been loosened.
Yes, okay.
So that means he's off the clock. That guy's not even wearing a tie. Right there, the new M.
Gareth Mallory.
Yeah. So. Okay, Brian. Thank you. Would you like to add anything else?
No, I'm good.
Okay. He said he's done. For me, I agree with Kev. I can't decide whether this one or Casino Royale.
Casino Royale is so good.
It is. It's. You know what? Yeah, it is. Casino Royale. I probably
It had three endings
too.
though.
Yeah.
Casino Royale. So
Yeah, I will say the whole ending of Casino Royale with the woman drowning and the whole
could have been cut
scene,
25 minutes shorter.
We could have added that to Quantum of Solace afterwards.
First of all, it's not like fucking Lord of the Rings where they had 7 endings going on, where it's like, oh, you're here, oh, the white screen, let's get up, oh, I guess sit fucking back down, you can't pee yet. Here comes this guy.
Oh, now we have to have the coronation ceremony.
Yeah, so-
now the boat's going to Rivendell or wherever it's
Yeah,
going.
let's all fuck out of here with your fucking bullshit. Yeah, Casino Royale.
I will say that's one thing. The end of Casino Royale, the last 15 minutes when it actually goes to Venice, I was like, it would be better if it ended before that. Probably, I'll say that.
Maybe.
They could make that the first 15 minutes of Quantum of Solace.
I'll rewatch that again. So, yeah, Casino Royale beats this out, but it's fantastic. Loved it. I don't know what to say. Loved it. Watch it. Keep going on. And that's it for this episode. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for joining us on our Twitch stream. And we hope you enjoy this movie as much as we enjoyed reviewing and drinking to this movie. There we go.
Lovely.
And I also like to apologize why I fucked up on the audio. M has fired me, but you know what? She's dead. So the new M has
not dead,
no.
she's retired.
She has no idea what's going. The new M has no idea I fucked this up. So we'll pass underneath the radar as the transition is going on. And our next episode will be. We have no fucking clue. We couldn't decide. It's obviously gonna be a Christmas themed. We'll see what's going on from there. So we'll figure it out. Just bear with us. Check our social media as well. If you want to be part of the Reels, Booze, and Bros, aka RB2 podcast, check us out on our website.
I see.
ReelsBoozBros.com. Nick just realized, oh my god, the actual Skyfall manor says Skyfall as approaching the deer. I don't know, fucking.
I don't know what a deer has to do with Skyfall.
It's probably very high in there things. Anyway, check us out on our Twitch channel, RB2 Podcast, and thank you to everyone who joined us and chatted with us. That's it for us, ladies and gentlemen. Cheers.